This would also set up the third piece of the puzzle, found in verse 24 and also in verse 32, which tells us that Jesus was raised from the grave by God. In verse 24, Peter explains, God raised him up, loosing the pangs of death, because it was not possible for him to be held by it. And again, in verse 32, Peter says this again, this Jesus God raised up, and of that we all are witnesses. Now, the point that he's making here was meant to show the crowd that the understanding of Jesus' death, this understanding that Peter had just given to them in his previous point, his statement is confirmed by the things that actually happened to Jesus after Jesus was killed. You see, God raised Jesus from the grave, which proves that the manner of Jesus' death, however shameful it may be from a human perspective, it should not be viewed as a sign of God's disapproval or a sign that Jesus was not the Messiah. If Jesus dying on the cross, if that was a sign of God's disapproval, then Jesus would not have been raised from the dead. But since he was raised from the grave, as Peter and all the other apostles and many other witnesses could confirm, they should see that Jesus is indeed who he claimed to be. He is the Christ. He is the only Son of the living God. Essentially, what Peter was saying was that if you don't believe in Jesus as the Messiah because of what happened to him by his death, then you should believe in him because of what happened after he died. You see, God raised him up. And this can be testified to by many witnesses. You see, Jesus' resurrection, it isn't just one piece of the puzzle. It's a piece that brings clarity and understanding to all the other pieces. A Jesus that is still dead and buried says very little about his identity and his divinity. But a Jesus who was raised from the dead, well, that says volumes about who God is trying to tell us about who Jesus really is. And that's why Peter brings it up, right? It's one of those key details that makes all the other pieces of the puzzle more obvious and easier to put in place.